Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Let's get the pyrotechnics going. Clear up the space, clear up the energy, clear up the air. Only welcome good energy into our space for an easy, like Sunday afternoon. Full of grace, full of love, hope. Making the best of our time. Here kindly spent here wisely. Moon is still very much in Virgo. The energy is still very much present. Hi, love. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let's get a bit for me. Let's clear up the space here too. Some for you. A lot of you guys were asking for me to do this a little bit earlier because of the other side wasn't necessarily able to catch the other side of the world, should I say, wasn't necessarily able to catch the later lives. So we're doing this early. The energy is still very much here, and a lot of you said that you weren't, you didn't manage to make the live. That's why you had questions and you missed it. So we're here. I really like doing things this way. I like having your energy present, and I think this is probably how I'm going to do things moving forward, just while I'm in transit, while things are in transit. So focus a lot more on the message, focus a lot more on you guys interacting with me, us raising the energy together, us being able to create a space here, a safe space here for us in this wonderfully present moment. Now, guys, if you have your questions, of course, you can just shoot them in here. Let's put these details up. I will pin this comment here so you guys know where to make payments for your questions. Just while you're here as well, I will ask you all to please give the video a thumbs up while you're here. Means I can do these, means that you guys get to see them. So please hit the thumbs up button if you're here. All 9 of you. I see 3 thumbs up. Let's get some more thumbs up going, guys. Come on. Get a good shuffle in. Thank you to everyone hitting the thumbs up button. Wow. I don't know if you guys were watching last night, but it seems as if the 6 of Pentacles is give and take. Energy is very, very present for whoever's in this room. Now remember, this doesn't need to be a Virgo reading. If you're a Virgo, welcome. But if you're another sign, welcome also. Have your questions. So do feel free to make a 1111 payment to either my PayPal or here, and we can answer some of your questions. Hey guys, the energy of give and take, and how give and take is going to be a necessary of the process with you. If there hasn't been a lot of equal give and take, I think attention will be giving and taking in a balanceful, respectful way. Just to remind you guys, I have got a bit of the snuffles because the season changed, and guess what? It happened. All of these neurotics are just so annoying. Knight of Swords, fast-paced, fast-moving energy. Looks like Virgo. You are in the mood to rush. You are in the mood to go. You are just going for it. Speedy movement forward, researcher, investigation, study even. What's caught your eye, Virgo? Doesn't necessarily need to be a Virgo. Tell me, guys, who is in here? Can I have locations? Where are you guys watching from? You can speak to me. It's okay. I do like interaction. It's just when you're being weird and creepy and quiet, it's a bit weird. So let me know where you're all from. Let me know where you're watching from. Where have you channeled in from? Let's raise this vibration and let's make sure that we leave this session on a higher note than we've come here with. Ah, Chicago in the house. You know, yeah, I have a special place in my heart for Chicago. I partially grew up there. Every year of my life, I would spend about 3 months or so in Chicago. I love the city. I love Chicagoans. Virgo from Detroit, Michigan, right next to Chicago. I love Michigan also. Lots of great stories from Michigan. Calgary, Alberta. Where's that, Sheila? What parts? Okay, so we were in the suburbs. I won't tell you exactly, but we're about 40-minute drive outside of Chicago. Canada in the house, Boston in the house. Beautiful. Do you know, I thought I'd managed to catch a lot of Australians because I got a lot of people saying from Australia how they didn't get a chance to catch the live and they had questions. And so I thought this earlier live would probably be a bit of a better time for them, but obviously not. How's everyone been feeling with this full moon? How's it been for everyone? I think this full moon has been so real. It's been so raw, hasn't it? It's just been so truthful and crystal clear and honest. A lot of energy. Chicago can be dangerous. Everywhere else in the world can be dangerous, true. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups even. A lot of fulfillment energy, self-contentment. So far what I'm seeing here, Virgo. Have we got all Virgos here? Who else is here? Have we got any other signs? I might even turn this into an all sign. If you guys have got questions, please feel free to make a payment of 1111 and we'll get get some questions going. I never noticed any differences from these things. That's so funny because a lot of us notice a lot of differences from these things. In tune as some of us. Equal give and take. Being able to give, being able to receive, being able to take. There's something you're investigating. New study. Either way, it's moving into a direction of self-contentment. A lot of self-contentment. The kind of self-contentment that comes with the ability to be able to share. You'll be moving quite quickly. Communications will be moving quite quickly also. There seems to be a real need for speaking your truth. And if you're giving, I think it's quite a good idea to discern a little bit where it's a good idea to give. And where it might be a good idea for you to stop giving. Where are your resources being dried up? Where are your resources being latched onto? Succubus energy a little bit, I'm sensing. Energy drains, energy vampires, things that just want, people that just want you to give, give, and give. Bit tricky that, especially when you're moving quite quickly into your emotional abundance. This is freedom. This is emotional contentment. But this comes from the self. This comes from you. Do we have any questions, guys? We'll keep shuffling until we get some questions. How are you guys liking these new video formats? I think it's nice because we get to focus more on the message. Oh, yeah, love. Isn't that just the truth? I started noticing I've been feeling people are used to me giving, and when I don't, it throws them off with anger, but I'm okay with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Succubus energy, all of this sense of entitlement. And I think that's something that a lot of Virgo energy, especially, might have had to clear up, all of this feeling entitled to other people's energy. I've had a lot of that I've had to deal with over the past year or so. Perhaps more than that, maybe my whole life, where people just feel like they want to take with reimbursing very little, but then feeling so entitled to it, feeling so entitled to my energy, to my time, to my resources. That kind of stuff is super toxic. Super, super toxic. And not only does it kind of throw you off balance, but it kind of ruins the energy of the atmosphere. It ruins relationships. And a lot of people aren't necessarily aware how overgiving, oversharing can not only deplete you, but how it can totally ruin relationships. So while you might feel like you're doing the other person really good by being generous of your energy, being generous of your time, your resources, doesn't have to be just money. It's doing a lot of damage to the situation. You often end up depleting yourself. And then it takes forever to be able to recharge yourself and get over it and come back. And a lot of it, unfortunately, is family members. And for some people, unfortunately, it's lovers that you find along the way, and then they're draining you and blah, 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 all of that kind of boring stuff. But ultimately, at the end of it, who has to suffer? Who suffers it? Anyone else? No. Chew. So, I guess this full moon with this card that keeps on coming up is, where's the balance? Are you actively seeking balance? This give and take. It can't be hanging off the hinges of entitlement. People feeling entitled to you, to your energy, to your resources. A sense of investigation, study, application, communication. Move forward with it. It'll lead to a lot of self-contentment. And I think self-contentment needs to be something that's really focused on at the moment. There needs to be an option of filling your own cups first. Moving in the direction that feels a little bit more like you're applying yourself, be it through study or be it through, I don't know, communication, information technology even. This could also be a message. This could also be a message that comes forward from somebody who would like to give and take with you. Somebody who would like to share with you. Somebody who understands the importance of self-confidence, self-contentment. We've got to be really careful with the people that we choose to surround ourselves with, I think. I think if you are surrounded by people that are not okay with you being here, it's kind of your prerogative then to be able to, figure out what you need to do with that energy. And if it means cutting it off, who benefits from that? You do. So these succubus energies, all of that kind of stuff. Move on. Huh? Move on. I want to know more about what this Virgo full moon's been like for everyone else. So do tell me, did you get to see it? Has it been cloudy where you are? Remember, guys, to hit those thumbs up buttons for me. I'll keep shuffling until we get some questions. You can just hang out like this. I'm kind of beginning to enjoy this hanging out vibe. And at least this way we get to check in. Ooh, what do we got here? We'll keep shuffling. How many US dollars is 1111 in British pounds? You know, just go ahead and make it in US dollars, Fernando. It's okay. Yeah, your love. Do I have Cash App? I certainly do. It's Ruby Reed's Tarot. Five of Wands. PayPal details are pinned to the conversation. It's Ruby Reed's Tarot. Five of Wands energy. Let's talk on this, shall we? Let's talk about this for a little second. Five of Wands. Conflict, right? None of this is with any purpose. None of this is with any... It's not for any reason. It's just a whole bunch of excessive energy that's being used in the most pointless way. So being able to ask yourself if you're really using your energy in the right way might be something that will be conducive to how you're spending your time at the moment. I don't think everything is supposed to be taken so personally. But if you are finding yourself, and there is a lot of defensive energy that's surrounding people at the moment, if you are finding yourself in a place where you just can't seem to get out, you've got to ask yourself, are you surrounding yourself with the right kind of energy? Is this energy conducive to your betterment, to your progression, to your well-being? You've got to be able to do that for yourselves now, guys. Fernando Gomez, thank you so much, sir. Can I have your question, please? Discernment, discerning where you're using your energy. Where is your energy going? Does it really need to be given to anybody who's triggering you? Fernando, can I have your question, please? Does it really need to be like you giving your energy to everything that triggers you? And it seems as if you're wasting a lot of precious energy that could be used towards your inner contentment. Fernando, do you have a question? Fernando Gomez? Deep breaths in and out. Oh, bless you, Fernando. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. God bless you. Let's pull a card for you anyway. The card that seemed to want to come out is the Queen of Cups. This is help from a female. This is emotional well-being. This is sensitivity. This is being in a very emotionally led place at the moment. Connect with the element of water wherever you can, Fernando. This is also help from a female. This is love from a female. It's an energy that is surrounding you at the moment, and it's definitely an energy that wants to help you. It is an energy of being in a position to be able to receive as well as nurture. So come from your yin energy right now. Connect with your inner female right now. Feminine energy. Connect with your inner feminine energy a little bit. There is a certain need for intuition, for mental stimulation a little bit, even emotionally connecting with what you're doing right now. Fernando, I really think that you are really in a place where you're being quite empathic, and I would trust it. I think it's also a great time for you to use every bit of support you can get. And I would really lean heavily towards the females in your life at the moment, because I feel like it is through the females in your life that a lot of elevating yourself is going to become a lot easier. I feel as if you really could use this time to connect more with the Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. If you don't already have those elements in your chart, I would use this time to maybe figure out how you can be quite honest with yourself about what you're feeling. And if there's certain emotions that you've repressed, it could be in regards to a significant female in your life. I personally think this is you, however. This is your emotion. This might have been something that you have put behind you. I hope that helped, Fernando. I have a question here from, I believe it is Isabel. Who is Isabel? What is blocking me to get to my higher self? Further action is required to... Okay. Hold on 1 second. I can't get the rest of the question, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh my god, Isabel, you are beautiful. Wow. Huh. Yeah, you're absolutely stunning, beautiful girl. What is blocking me to get to my higher self? Okay. Let's see, what is blocking Yaya from her higher self? Shuffle the cards. What is blocking Yaya? What is blocking Yaya love from her higher self? What is blocking Yaya love from her higher self? What is blocking Yaya her higher self? Oh, okay. Do you see that? Do you see that? You're kind of playing a bit of a Groundhog Day. You're kind of ruminating with the same energies that you're already familiar with. Balance, yes. But limiting yourself. Come on. I feel as if you're going around in circles with the same old patterns, expecting the same different routines. Going with the ebbs and flows of life can sometimes mean that we end up in cyclical cycles. But if you're deliberately sure that what you're doing is something you've already done and you already know the outcome, this is where you need a little bit of self-actualization and a bit of a self-audit in this direction. Because if you're repeating the same lesson, there needs to be a break. And the only way that you're going to get to that break is having to break down the confines of the things that you've already been doing so far. So if you know that there is repetitive cycles that you are living again and again and again, you need to kind of make a list of those things and then figure out why it is that those things are being repeated in your life. See where it is that you can find the kink. See where it is that you can find the release. See where it is that you can change, because it does look like change needs to happen. If you're willing to accept the fact that change needs to happen, you can kind of break out of a loop, but it's a decision on your part. So once you decide that decision, okay, you know what, scrap everything I've known, scrap everything I've done, scrap everything I've been through. I've got to figure out how I've got to do things differently. And if you've put enough of your energy into doing things differently, I think you will find you begin to let your higher self come through a little bit. Because it seems the energy that you're in at the moment might be a bit of a okay, imagine like we're playing Mario and you get stuck at a level. So we're on level 5 and you got this one baddie that you've got, it's Bowser, right? And you've got to defeat Bowser, and he is throwing at you the same challenges you already know. You know how to get over them, but for some reason you're reluctant to change things up. There's almost staying safe in this. So your higher self is asking you, you need to up the level by doing things differently. And sometimes doing things different might mean that you are breaking out of a comfort zone. You're doing things in a way that don't necessarily mean that you're doing things a safe way. But it's your safety net that's holding you back. Age of Aquarius, Saturn, Jupiter. Who else is in Aquarius at the moment? I think Mercury is still in Aquarius. Where's Mercury left? I can't remember. Challenging conventions, breaking out of the known. Real intellectual energy here. Push through with different ideas, doing things differently, a different approach. You've got to ask yourself, what can I do different? Because I feel as if you're stuck in this level and you've already faced the baddie. Like you're there with the baddie right now. And the baddie might even be, Bowser might even know of you, who wants to be doing the same things, because the ego decides to hold us back more often than not. And I feel as if you're challenging this time, you can defeat yourself. The shadow self of you comes with restrictions, comes with restraints, comes with a reluctance to do things in a way that is going to keep you bound. If you decide to change things up, if you decide to do things differently, you might give your higher self a chance to actually communicate with you. It's skipping. Why is it doing that? YouTube keeps doing this to me. It's crazy. Please, I'm going to save this, so it's going to be in the live. It's going to be saved, so you get to hear everything. The key here, in order for me, being aware that you're stuck in a cyclical loop, and doing everything you can to break it, to break free of it. I wonder why it's doing that. I have full internet reception. Guys, this is why I decided not to record for all this time. It's because the internet's really like funny wherever I go. And I think this is my energy sort of growing and everything as well, because a lot of electrics have been going quite funny around me at the moment. Oh, guys. Is it really that bad? Wow. We'll save this so it will go up. I hope that did help you, Lala. Thank you so much for your donation, for your question. Let's just see if the internet. Six of Swords. Transition energy, transition, moving on. This really is moving beyond what you've already known. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Going beyond what you've already known, going beyond what is. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, good. It's better now. Perfect. Lala, yeah, did that help? Yeah, is my cousin. And so is Lala. I just called you Lala. Sorry. I have a cousin called Yaya too. Do you have any more questions? Let's shuffle. Yeah, I hope that helped. I'm going to save this so you'll have the recorded version of your answer. 5 of Wands again. Oh my God. Conflict, guys. Conflict. Who is all this conflict? Where is this coming from? A lot of it's not even serious. It's just juvenile nonsense. And I think you might be enjoying some of it. So on the brighter note of this, there's a lot of possibilities of expressing ideas and bouncing ideas off of people and actually getting into, what would you call it? Getting into like energy loops with people where you can have that kind of boisterous fun bouncing off of each other energy. And it would probably be a really good idea to use the energy of aggression or getting under each other's feet and kind of turn that and see how you can learn from each other and how you can use that energy to kind of turn it into something more produced, like something that's going to help you produce stuff, as opposed to just your energy going. And is it really useful where it is? Like if you wound up, if you, yeah, love, I got half LOL, but thank you, you did help. Where you're putting your internet, your attention. Do you have any more questions? Paranoid much? In your own prison much? Scared and afraid much? Listen, these to grow out of that. And either you're ready to move on, and either you're ready to take the risks and change things up, or you're not. And if you're not, don't be so hard on yourself. It just means it's not your time yet. And you need a little bit more time. And trust yourself, okay? Because there is a lot of lack of trust that generally tends to be floating around at the time of confusion. So where is it that you can trust yourself a little bit more? Because it does seem to be the need for a recharge. And if you can give yourself recharge, I think you will find a lot of things kind of fall into place. But breaking outside of loops, stop holding yourself back. So I'm going to keep shuffling until we have some more questions. Guys, let me know what time is good for you, because I tried to do this earlier on today, so that we could catch some of the Asian and Australian followers. But it seems I have a lot of American followers here who I adore. Thank you so much for being here, my lovely, lovely people. And Canadian also. But if you're American, does this time suit you, or later in the evening, like the live we did yesterday? What's everyone doing this Sunday? Internet connections are going funny everywhere, huh? Oh, easy like Sunday afternoon. This full moon was something else. It was pretty full on. You've got to love it though. Deep blue sea. It is 1111 for a question. For one card. One question, one card. You can pay on PayPal, or you can pay right here on YouTube. A lot of us need to stop. Cut our losses. Take a look around. Not all is lost. If anything, there's a lot more to be gained if you will just reassess. Take a moment. Deep blue sea, where is your PayPal button? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Go to PayPal. It's there. Ruby reads tarot. Come on, guys. I read cards. I'm not tech savvy like you guys. Do a lot of you know that I cut here? I'm also a fashion design and marketing graduate. Deep blue sea's laughing at me. Don't laugh at me. Oh boy. Cut your losses. Take a look around you. Not all is lost. If anything, there's a whole new adventure waiting to be had. If you will take your eyes off of what you've lost. Stop looking at the losses. Look at what you've got. And a lot of you should kind of feel excited about the opportunity building on something new now. This is new ground. It's fertile. Spring is a reminder of how fertile this time is. It's all in you, man. And just be freaking present to this wonderful moment. And all the divine abundance in this wonderful moment. Have I got all Virgos in here today? All Virgos? Oh, we got a Sagittarius in the house. A Sagittarius lurking in the shadows. Say hello. If you're a Sagittarius, put your hands up. You know, Sagittarius men have really been getting on my last nerve recently. I have a very funny connection with Sagittarius men, right? They all adore me. They love me, and I feel the love, and I'm so grateful for them in my life. They're really good people to have around in your life. But once they get a bee in their bonnet, that's it. And it's like, Sagittarius men, snap out of it, okay? You guys are really not exhibiting your true essence, your true qualities, because you're so triggered at the moment. And it's really funny. Balance yourselves out a little bit. And I do feel like a lot of you have chosen narcissistic partners who have been putting you down, and you no longer are in your confidence. If you're a Sagittarius man, can I have your hands up, please? There's one Sagittarius who likes to follow me in particular, who will never say, but is always silently there watching in the background. Hello to you. You know who you are. It's all peace and love here. Do we have any questions, guys? I'll just keep shuffling until we get some questions. And whatever comes out, we'll talk on it. This is so much fun. But I want you guys to... Oh, poor Sagittarius, man. You're really being put through it at the moment, huh? But remember, this is what you chose. This is your decision. And if you decide to stand up for yourself, if you decide to embrace change, it won't be such a struggle. I want to know if we've got any other signs in the house. Oh, who do we have here? Leah, can I have your question, please? Can I have your question, please? I think I said it right. It's Leah, right? I've been butchering names all week on this app. Oh. Got a lovely lady called Sheila, whose name I butchered. Felt so bad about that. Sheila, are you still here? I feel like Sheila's a little bit of a safety blanket for me. Where have you gone, Sheila? Can I have your hands up? And Leah, can I have your question, please? We're just hanging out. There you are! No, but Sheila. You're like my safety blanket. Your energy makes me feel safe. I like you. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you for being here, my love. All right, deeply see. I think you might be Leah. Okay. Let's answer your question. How can I get from risk averse to comfortable with risk when I meet new love interests? Is love on the horizon for Leah? 2, 3 cards for you. We'll go with those. So, Hanged Man was in reverse. So, you've come out of a period of, I think, being single on purpose, which I think is a fantastic choice. I think that's a great way to spend your time if you're not 100% sure about someone. But it seems as if your period of gestation, your period of self-illumination is kind of over. I feel like you yourself are ready. You're now ready. Death card, the death of something that was, however, the rebirth of something new. The Knight of Swords, it seems as if you're moving, life is moving you quite quickly into the direction of a new you. If we're to look at the Hangman this way around, and if we're talking about how you're being risk averse, this is deliberately secluding yourself. So deliberately keeping yourself outside of the casting net, as if you yourself or your energy, your subconscious energy, did not want to entertain meeting that new love energy. I don't read reversals, but in reverse here, you're ready. Now, the risk averse bit, the aversity to risk, is going to come once you accept that you are ready for energy to come in, right? When the energy does come in, try not to fall back on old patterns or who you once were. When the new energy does come in, which, let's face it, death card, rebirth, Scorpio energy, Pisces energy, or air energy also, when the new energy comes in, try and do things a little bit differently to how you may have done them before. Leah, can you tell me a little bit about why the aversity to new love interest is there presently? Just so that I can talk about this a little bit more, this death card. Because you seem to be soaring in the direction of new movement. Thing here is being able to acknowledge the changes that you've made within yourself first. And if you are in fact ready to fully adopt this new identity of you. Past relationships, there we go. So after temporary seclusion, after holding out deliberately, after casting yourself outside of the love interest net, death card, a rebirth took place. A dark night of the soul took place. A necessary need for you to be reborn, have new boundaries, stand up for yourself a little bit better, protect yourself a little bit better, not give too much. But also the need to be a lot more assertive, so that when you are being around certain energies, you yourself know what feels right to you and what feels like a recycling of the past. You've kind of got to let yourself grow from whatever happened in the past. There needs to be a funeral, a change up of how you were in relationships. If you were too giving, if you were too passive, if you weren't assertive enough, that kind of needs to change. And I feel as if you will carry this idea of being in danger in relationships if you do not take your own assertive protect yourself assertively. It will feel like you're putting yourself in risk. But that again is nothing to do with an external person. This is everything to do with you. So Leah, if you're feeling anxiety towards a certain energy, you have to trust that. Because even if somebody comes along to you next, they might not necessarily be the right person, but they might be a repercussion of your at the moment, and it's what you're attracting to yourself. So we kind of need to look at why there is a thing about a relationship being risky, and what is at risk, what is going to be lost. Once you decide this, and this is what makes me feel like I've got to pull out, has made me in the past feel at risk, you'll know that you can't head in those directions with those kind of people anymore. So it might even be a good time for you to do an examination, a reassessment of the kind of people that you have chosen, and how they might not necessarily be the right people for you anymore. Relationships should be safe. You should feel safe. If you don't, that's not the energy you need to surround yourself with. Learn to call it before you see it. So those red flags, all of that stuff, it might mean that you're a lot more, you're quicker to identify with flags and triggers. stay off course with those kind of people. Honor yourself, honor your energy. When you feel certain energies from the past are being brought up again or being triggered within you, you do need to stop there and then. You do need to pull back there and then. When you meet new love, when you meet authentic new love, it will resonate with you on so many levels. It will come to you in such a way that it helps you see where you may have faltered before, and it will help you build on those things. There needs to be more giving back to yourself before you go into anything else. And I say that because there is an element of rebirthing, a new identity, a new you. I think that's all I have for you, Leah. I hope that helped. Who do we have next? Sheila. I'll have to get my PayPal for next time because I can't seem to do the pinned option. Oh, it's just go on Thingybook. Yeah, I don't know what. You just go on PayPal and you can pay to Ruby Reads Tarot on the. I'm not sure why the super chat thingy doesn't work on this thing. It sometimes does, it sometimes doesn't, but oh well. Thank you, my love. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Do you guys like doing things like this now? I think it's nicer that we can just share in the present energy more. And we get to speak a bit more on... yeah, perfect. Thank you, Deep Lucy. The wild card. I would say this is kind of for you also. New cycles. New you. Moving forward into a new direction. The new is all dependent on how you feel now. And if you actually feel good about it, about who you are now, this new you, all this work that you've been doing. We'll keep shuffling. Is the sun out where you guys are at? Because we've had really clear skies for the past few days, which has been nice because we get to spend a lot of time with this powerful moon energy. And if you're empathic, you know how important it is to recharge with this energy every once in a while, just so that you can touch base with yourself, recharge yourself. It's almost like a holiday period. For me, full moons are celebration times. It's time when you actively pursue celebration. A crystal recommendation that I have for Virgos, especially for this time, is hessonite. Hessonite is a form of garnet. It's connected to the root chakra. And I say, wear hessonite at the moment because a lot of it is to do with grounding and rooting. I think a lot of Virgos have been doing a lot of internal work over this winter. And I think you guys might be ready to come out of hibernation, like myself. But there's no point in having gone through all of that if you can't fully embrace who you are now. And I think a lot... yes, crystal clear blue sky is beautiful. I love that because it's so good for intuition as well. Those blue skies, they trigger something in our eyes. And a lot of people don't understand this, but when you spend time under a blue sky and actually look at the skies, the blue does something to our brains and it actually triggers psychic activity. Did people know that? Did anyone know that? Two of Wands. Listen, you've got the whole world in your hands. You're quite comfortable where you are. You've done what you've needed to do. You've achieved the things that you wanted to achieve. Success surrounds you. It pours off of you. It's in your hands. The world is entirely in your hands. Those two wands, one to do and one to create. You've got to get a lot more creative. And if there's been this insatiable need for something, an insatiable, like you can't quite figure out what it is, but you know that you need something, something's missing. That world in his hands, his high lofty position, it's just how willing you are to go deep within yourself. And I keep saying this to you guys, but the hermiting period isn't quite over yet. Yeah, you might be ready to come out. Yeah, you might be ready for all of this kind of stuff. But you got a little bit more figuring out to do of what it is that you truly want. There's a little bit more figuring out to do of how important it is for you to genuinely go and find what you truly want and stop like satiate yourself with all of this irrelevant stuff that kind of works, kind of fits, kind of I'll make do with it. I don't think that's going to work anymore because you're quite clearly searching for more. There's more that you want. And until you don't embrace the fact that you can hold yourself and you can deprive yourself and you can hold out and you can look and yearn and wish that you had it, not give it to yourself. So when there's all this energy around you that feels so entitled to you, that feels so entitled to your energy, where you're kind of half-assing your own experience, knowing that there's more that you want, knowing that there's more that you need, knowing that there's more that you possibly can have. Doubt? Possibly. Is it doubt? What is it? Is it confusion? Is it a lack of self-belief? Because from the beginning of this reading, from what I know, is that a lot of people are going to be put into a position of utter self-contentment again. Are you looking forward to that? Are you looking forward to the element of utter self-contentment? Do you even know what it's like anymore? That Hanged Man. Still illuminating, this is voluntary suspension. This is you deciding to take the time out. And you know what? This card, I love this card. The Hangman is one of the best cards out there because this is not being forced into exile. This is choosing. This is choosing to put yourself in perhaps an uncomfortable situation. But you're kind of away. You're kind of absorbed in your own. That crown chakra is illuminated. Yes, there is definitely some more time that you need to kind of hold out a little bit. There is a little bit more time that you need to get to the conclusion of where it is that you're trying to get to exactly, because for some reason you're not quite ready to stop hanging out in your own energy just yet. There's still a few more answers that need to come to you. There's still some illumination that needs to. What do I have? Do I have another question? Oh, what a beautiful name. April. Pull a card for me. Certainly April. That's one of my favorite names, by the way. Can you put your hand up so I know you're here? Let's pull a card for April. Look at her beautiful name. I bet she's beautiful as well. A name like that. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. All right, April. Let's have a card for April. Actually, let's have 3 cards for April. There you are. What have we got? Oh, April, hello. Who woke up on the right side of bed today with all the luck and all the strength and all the glory? Listen, April, we've got 3 cards for you here. You may have expected 1. We've got 3. We've got the Strength card. We've got the 9 of Cups, and we've got the Sun card. Mastering your demons, overcoming the battles, really showing strength, courage, and vigor. Leo energy. This is July, August time. Contentment. The max of contentment. Like the cups runneth over kind of contentment. The summer is going to be so banging for you, April. The sun comes out, and I think the sun's actually already come out. Contentment. 2021 is all about contentment for you. It's about overcoming those demons. It's about self-mastery. It's about being able to identify with your shadows, your weaknesses, the things that you might do to hold yourself back, the things that trigger you, and how you master them, and how gracefully you overcome them, and how you turn them then into things that are going to help build you, build your self-confidence, build back your identity, make you feel good. Nourishment, revival. If you haven't been feeling it, you are going to surge forward with this energy that is full of so much strength and so much courage. There needs to be allowing growth here, mastering. And I kind of feel like you've done this mastering. I feel like you've taken these battles. I feel like you've taken all of the things that may have been quite detrimental to you, things from yourself, things that you were doing yourself to yourself that might have been in your detriment, that you have now successfully turned into things that mean that you're incredibly comfortable, things that mean that you are satiated, things that mean that you are content. The utmost contentment is here for you, April. And a lot of it has to do with revival. A lot of it has to do with the energy that you're plugging into yourself. A lot of it has to do with your faith, your belief that your work, the work that you're doing, will help you overcome the triggers, help you overcome things that may not necessarily have been easy, things that may have been holding you back. But here you are getting through it and doing really, really well. So there is this whole idea of revival and self-contentment, of believing in yourself. Lots of triggers. Months have made me better. Look, you're laughing. You're laughing all the way to self-contentment. You're riding off in the sun. You've overcome a lot. And I think the strength and the courage that you have shown and the work that you've put in is happy days, April. It really is happy days. And take it for this. Expect nothing but the best. You've obviously been doing the work. You've obviously put the effort in. And if you were waiting for the rewards, if you were waiting for it to come, it's going to be spectacular for you. The best of best. Expect it. The dog days are over. The sun comes out and you're energized, you're revived, you're back in your power. Focus on your magic a little bit. What are you trying to manifest now? Because it seems like when someone's in this 9 of Cups energy, you manifest like that. But to have the sun energy behind you as well, and know that you're kind of backed up by your own power. Invincible. April. Invincible. I hope that helped. Months that made me better. From what I've gathered, Trista in the house. Hello, Trista. From what I've gathered, Virgo, it seems like a lot of you really have been going through a dark night of the soul. And it really does feel like a lot of you might need to step into the good now and stop giving your energy away to triggers. Stop letting things like triggers drain you. You've got to rebirth yourself from that easy to and I think a lot of us have got to be really aware of this energy too. I feel as if we are entering this phase where a lot of people have taken this pandemic one or the other way. Now, a lot of people have turned into really obnoxious instigators. They're troublemakers. They're basically out there looking for trouble. And then there's people like Virgo that are like fall into the bait all the time. You've got to be aware of your triggers at this point. You've got to be aware of the fact that people will trigger you because they're busybodies. They've got nothing better to do. And this confined area brings out the crazy in some people. So be super alert and super aware that you are being gaslit. Okay? And the thing with that is that it's the easiest way to get you to drop your energy. It's the easiest way to get you to give away your precious resources. And that's not always conducive to you achieving where you're supposed to be going, because you might end up doing all of this work on yourself, getting gaslit by someone who's already on a downward spiral, who doesn't necessarily know how to handle their own energy, transferred that energy onto you, and next thing you know, you're 3 steps back from where you were. So what was the point of all that hard work? What was the point of all of that hard work on yourself? Can you be more aware? Can you be a little bit more aware of where your energy is going now? Oh, wow. Guys, I'm going to save these. So if you didn't catch your answers, you've got them. They're saved. They're up on the internet, so you can come back to them whenever you want. These are like mini reads. I do get quite detailed with the cards, but it's because I like you guys to know that you're getting your money's worth. So, oh, we've got another question at 15:15. Trista Moore. Hello, Trista. Oh, thank you, my love. Thank you. Can I have your question, please, my dear? Let's have some questions. Can I have your question, please, Trista? Job. Okay, job. Let's get a good shuffle going for your job. Is this a new job, old job, same job? I want a new job. I don't want a job. I want to be an entrepreneur. Virgo, just my opinion. I think a lot of you really suit working for yourselves, being your own boss. I feel like you guys have plugged a lot of your energies into other people over the years. And it may not necessarily have served you, but you have learnt from it. You want a new job. Okay. Let's have a card for Trista. Job. New job. What should she do? What should she be aware of? What should she focus on? Let's have a card for Trista. For job. A new job. What will make her happy? What is she looking for? 7 of Wands. Okay. Look, it seems as if you're a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. And the trick is try not to get overwhelmed. Because ultimately you're winning. And even though you might be poked and prodded at, and again, it's just a way to get you to lose your energy, take a step back and appreciate that you're still a step above the rest. This new job might need to happen once you decide to lay your stakes. Claim your stakes, basically. At the moment, what seems to be happening is that you're allowing other people's opinions to kind of poke and prod at you and take away from what you have already. In regards to this being a new job, it might mean that you have to fight for your place in this world. It might mean that you have to to put your wands in the ground and claim your space. There's no point in you doing something that's going to get you flustered. And there's no point in you being in an environment where you are being poked and prodded at. You are being challenged. You are being forced to be unsure of yourself. There's truly no point in that. So in regards to a new job, if where you're at the moment, you're being maybe like poked and prodded and pushed off of a pedestal that you might have worked yourself towards, a position that you have rightly earned, which is still above a lot of other people, there's no point in getting into conflict over it or retaliating to somebody who's trying to throw you off your pedestal. So what I will say is you need to gather yourself a little bit first. Your energy needs to be a lot stronger than, listen, you're already in a position of power. 7 of Wands, you're still way above the rest of them. They can't quite reach you. But if they're poking and prodding at you, then take a second to see what it is that you can do about your energy to make sure that your feet are firmly planted in what it is that you want, for what it is that is yours. These could be your skills. This could be your personality. This could be completely, this is your energy, Trista. This is completely your energy. Hold it down a little bit more. It needs to be you holding yourself accountable to your strength and knowing how strong you are and knowing that you're kind of a crack above the rest and not letting that be challenged. And if it is being challenged, how long before you let that get to you? And is there something that you can do to maybe block it out? And if there isn't, progress. The progression from the 7 of Wands is the 8 of Wands, which is ultimately moving on. In regards to a new job, I completely understand why you want a new job. It makes sense. But before you can even go there, there's a little bit of internal work that needs to be done. And a bit of that work might mean planting your feet firmly, owning who you are, owning your skills, owning your power, owning the fact that you might have been put in a defensive place a little bit. But until you don't claim your stakes, until you don't claim your place in this world, you're still going to be challenged. And it's not conducive to you to keep having to defend yourself. Take a step back. The pokes and the prods and all the rest of it, try and deflect it if you can. What I will say to you is get out of the flustered energy, because the flustered energy might hold you back, because it's taking away from your confidence, basically. And that's not what all this work that you're still doing and all of this energy that you're still trying to defend yourself with is just not going to work for you. If you can rise above it, if it's at the stage where you can rise above it, if it's at the stage where you can come back to a place where you are feeling a lot more heavier, your presence is heavier, your voice is assertive, and you're very firm with what you have to say, if that's where you're at, there's a lot that you can conquer at the moment. The fact is remembering that you're in a place where you can conquer stuff. And Trista, I think there is a lot that you can conquer right now. Just get back to your own energy. Try and get out of the defensive energy. Try not to have to fight. Try not to have to fight it. It shouldn't have to be a battle between you and what you want. There's a resistance there because I feel like there's an influx of challenging energy. And if you're being challenged, then you kind of got to take a step back and see that it is worth it. Because it seems as if you are above a lot of what's happening around you, and maybe pulling yourself out of something that's so volatile. Pulling yourself out of something volatile might really, really serve you at the moment. I hope that helped. A little bit, just a little bit of adjusting. You're confident. You've got it. God bless. God bless. Thank you so much for your question. I'm going to keep shuffling. Would you guys like me to do these every day? Because I think I can do these every day. But they've got to be lives. I like your energy here. Some of you have presences that are beyond this chat. And I love that. Because I believe that if you really want to know what I genuinely believe, I don't believe I exist. I believe that this is just a figment of your imagination, and the words that I'm speaking to you are your these are chemicals being triggered off in your own mind, and these are words that your subconscious is trying to tell you. And since we're in this program, it is a creative way to do it, but it is one that is in line with who you are. I don't really believe I exist. I believe that I'm genuinely just part of you. We're all a part of each other. Do we all really exist? Do we all really exist? So if I was gone and if I was absent for a long time, and I know how high a lot of you guys hold me, maybe there was a part of you that was holding out on yourself. And maybe my absence might have been a bit of a reminder for you to come back home. We are home. Virgo is a collective, right? What have you been holding yourself out of? Like, what have you been holding yourself from? How do I say this? Holding out on. What have you been holding out on? A lot of you really want love. I think love is coming. Like, love is here, quite obviously. Who wants love? Can I have some hands up? Can I have in the chat box everyone saying, I'm ready for love, I want love? No one wants love. It's coming for you anywhere. Two of Cups energy. Soulmates, marriage, union, contracts, oaths. New beginning. Look, new love. New love. New beginnings, new fresh starts. If you're ready for it, it's right here. If you want it, it's in your energy. In this collective of however many people we've got in this space right here, where we're all channeled into each other, it's screaming at me. Love, union, marriage, partnership, and it's brand new. And it means there's a new start. And it means that there's a fresh beginning. And it means that it's quite serious because there's an oath to it. And these kind of oaths, right, are divine oaths. They're beyond us. They kind of go in different realms, intergalactic realms, different galaxies. Somehow, the people in this space have managed to channel through all of our energies love and a new beginning. So if that's what everyone, if that is what everyone is after, let's see what can console us. Let's see. what this new beginning is hanging off of. I'm not taking those. Let's shuffle. Let's shuffle. Let's shuffle. If I've got any more questions, I'll just shuffle until we're ready. Let's see what this new love and this new beginning is hanging off of. Oh, you keep holding on to the invaluable stuff from the past. Do you guys love it when I bring out into song like that? Okay. Your new beginning in love, your new beginning, your new start, it's there in your energy, but it's kind of hanging off on you holding on to the small. Stop hanging on to the small. Stop hanging on to what you have. Stop hanging on to what you know. You need to grow a little bit and go beyond what's already, what you're clinging on to. And this could be your safety. This could be your, I don't want to get my heart broken again. Or this could be you just thinking money is more important than anything else in the world. New love, new beginning, hanging off of you holding on too tightly to something that's keeping you small, not what you're worth. So you're actually underselling yourself and playing it really small. So stop playing it small. Because it seems as if a lot of you are playing really small. And it's not even like you're wishing or manifesting things that you're genuinely worthy of. Because there's a real avoidance of the truthful abundance and the unlimitedness of your manifestations. And this is why I keep saying a lot of you have been so gaslit this past decade that you have been ripped off. You've been ripped off, basically. You've been stolen from. Your own inherent value has been taken from you. And I'm here to remind you guys of how you've been gaslit, basically. And how you've been pushed to playing small, and how you have been made to feel small, like you need to hang on to everything you've got, and how you need to dream small, and you can't wish big, and you've got to hold on to things too. And what you've got, if you don't hold on to it with dear life, you're going to end up losing that too. When this kind of energy is not about that, there's no limits to this. Right? This reaches all the way to the end of the galaxy. This is deliberately holding on to stuff that's not even satiating you, really. Because if it was, you wouldn't feel the need to cling on to it so tightly. So what are you holding on to? Can everybody please let me know what it is that you're currently holding on to so tightly that is holding you in a position away from love? A lot of it can do with fear. Most of it has to do with fear of losing. So if you're so afraid of losing what you already have, but what you already have is not satiating you, why are you holding on to it? I need to know these reasons. Why are you holding on to it? And what is it that makes you so afraid of embracing the fact that there is a new dawn? There is a new path. You're kind of free to create. You're free to manifest. And I don't want to put the blame, I don't want to externalize the blame by saying, okay, you've been gaslit, blah, 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 you didn't know better. That is a truth. That is an absolute truth. But with that also needs to come the fact that, okay, whatever wants to happen can happen, but you have your autonomy. You're still a place where you can make your own decisions. Why are you not? Why have you let fear get the better of you? And what do you do to rectify that fear? Four of Pentacles is playing it way too small. And this is holding you out of alignment, and it's kind of a little bit foolish because there's no point in underselling yourself. There's no point. There's no point in holding on to what you've known at the expense of what you want. What's more important? The safety net, or just free flowing, knowing that God's got you back? All it is an attitude adjustment. Literally just an attitude adjustment. This guy is super free. And this guy is exerting way more control than he needs to. And I bet he's exhausted, clutching so tightly to irrelevant things. Because at the end of the day, he's only worth the 4 that he can grab. Whereas this guy might be at the edge of a cliff, but you know what? He's surrounded by abundance energy. So if it's only a decision, if it's only a state of mind, if it's only a frame of thinking, what can be done to change a frame of thinking? Subconscious reprogramming. Going deep within your program to figure out what exactly. And then once you know what's in there, how willing are you to change it up? Because holding on too tightly right now might mean you miss out a lot of the really good stuff, quite frankly. Might just mean that you really have to play it small and continue to play it small and see how suffocating that might actually be and exhausting that might actually be. There's a need to let go. There's a need to put those control things in perspective. There's a need to release, surrender, break free. There is a need to recharge. Let go, truly. You let this stuff happen. Fear, control, playing it small, not growing, being too rigid and fixed is not truly aligned with what you want. So if it's not truly aligned with what you want, we've identified it now. And once you identify it, let it roll on. It's gone. It's gone, right? Let go. What if I tell you, if you let go, what you want comes in? Will you reassess what you're holding on to? And if it's genuinely worth it? Is it worth it? Can I have some voices? Guys, I love it when you talk to me. Let me know you're here. Speak. Is what you're holding on to worth it? Thank you, April. It's not. Playing it small is never worth it. Holding on to things tightly, and this could be stuff from the past, that's not going to help you grow. It's not going to help you feel free. It's not going to help you feel successful. It's not going to help you draw in a beautiful love partnership. Haunted by a past lover who plays games, working on shaking him, creating new thought frame. That's your subconscious, you know. And I say that, like, Virgos, you were like a narcissist delight, you know. just there, ready to suck on your energy, drain you of what you were worth. Those kind of dark energies you might find that 2021 won't really like let you be lingering in that space anymore with those kind of energies, because you sort of know better now. And now that you've been given, you've been given that, you've basically been given this free pass of like, look at what you can create. Here's a new decade. Here's an opportunity to really like let go of a lot of stuff. But you're still confronted with what you have to stop doing. And you almost need to like be very aware of yourself when you do become like fearful of, and it's because of that fear you hold on to things. What happened. Rewrite the future now. There's no way you can change the past. There is, however, a lot you can learn from it and use that as practical application. Practical application to move forward in a direction that serves you better. And I don't think a lot of you are going to be alone for much longer. I think a lot of you are going to be very much head over heels, knee deep in a loving, beautiful connection that makes you feel free. But the only way that you can appreciate that is by shaking off this Four of Pentacles energy, which is controlling, which is restrictive, which is fearful, which is doubtful, which is just negative. There's no generosity here. This person is not a generous person. Whereas I bet this guy's already given everything away, and he'll probably give you the flower in his hand also. Come back to zero. Come back to zero. Shake a lot of the negative energy off. Let's clear your guys' energy. Ooh. There we go. Come back to zero. It's the beginning. It's the beginning. A brand new year, a brand new way, a brand new journey, a brand new beginning. You're going to find yourself in a loving relationship. And the thing is with this loving relationship is, until it's not maintained and until it's not pruned and until it's not well fed and taken care of, it's kind of going to turn into a repeat of stuff from the past. Unless you know that you've learnt your lessons, and unless you know that you love yourself enough and you love your life enough and you love and trust that God always has your back. It's just a frame of thinking. People aren't different, you know? It's just the thought of thinking that is different. We're all capable of the same kind of stuff. So if you ever wonder about why some people are so happy and others aren't, it's a state of mind. It's genuinely, here are the binaries, right? Here's this control freak who's desperately trying to hold on to even the littlest things, keeping himself small, really being irrelevant. He could be a nobody. He's kind of just blending into the background. Whereas here's this spunky character full of zest and full of life. There's no plugs. There's no drains. He's not attached to anything. He doesn't want anything from everyone. He's self-sufficient. And he's happy about it. Who do you think is going to be more likely to create this? This? I have a feeling it might be this. I have a feeling it might be this. Do you have any more questions? What is everyone doing today? Thank you guys for joining me. I love it when you guys are here with me. Thank you for joining. So much love, always. So much love. My real advice for this time for everyone, I really want to say, is kind of learn to leave the past behind. Understand the importance of freedom and understand how restraints can really keep you closed. Keep you disabled to be aligned and on par with the things that you dream of, be it relationships, be it, work, be it whatever. I want to feel free to love a new energy kind of relationship that I haven't experienced before. Guess what? We're in a whole different decade. Anything is possible here. It's literally the Wild West. I'm going to do absolutely nothing today. I love that. That sounds like a really good idea. I think I want to have one of those days too. I think I will probably be doing these every day. So we need to establish a time that's good for all of us. And I'm still like on different time zones. I'm so jet lagged, it's ridiculous. And this is oh boy. I think I need to go and lay out in the sun too. I think we're done. Are we done with the cards? Okay. These cards are going here until tomorrow. I of course will be back tomorrow because this is way too much fun. And I love being in this energy. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Oscar Martinez, you have been missed, Ruby. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm here now. And this is the now. And I keep trying to say this. The now is genuinely all that matters. Can we just get really present? It's such a wonderful reminder to just be present, that everything is okay. And once we start to feel okay, we start manifesting okay. And once we've mastered okay, we start manifesting better. And then once we've mastered that, we start manifesting great. And next thing you know it, you're vivacious, lovely, happy-go-lucky Virgo once again. I think that last message was for Virgo. All right, let's pull one more card for Virgo. Virgo, this is your last card. If I have any more questions, let's have them now. Okay, one last message for the Virgo. The Virgo is, in my opinion, 1. And the collective happens to be everybody else. So if Virgo is 1, let's have a last message for all the beautiful Virgos that are in the house. Let's have some questions now also. If not, we will wait until tomorrow. Okay. Any last messages for Virgos? Any last messages for Virgos? Any last messages for Virgos for today? On Sunday, the 28th of February, Queen of Swords, detached, cold, let it go. No, not cold at all. Let it go, right? This is a sensual queen. This is one that'll have your head off in a hot second if you don't know how to treat and respect the preciousness that is the Queen of Swords. Put yourself first a little bit. Be a little bit more discerning about your energy and be a lot more aware of your value. Be a lot more aware of your ability to manifest your dreams and your goals. You are more than capable, but you just kind of need to snap out of the soft. Get hard. Off with her head. Off with anybody's head who does not know how to handle this strong, industrious, beautiful creature. Go attract the love. Go attract the money. Go attract the luxury because you're capable of doing so. Get a little bit resourceful, okay? Get your resources together. But start by pulling your energy together first. That sword of truth. That sword of truth needs to be the power. So get into your power. All right, my loves. I'm booped. I'm gonna go and play in the sunshine now. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me. Virgo for victory. Virgo for victory. Get your questions ready. I'll be back tomorrow. 11. Sort your PayPals out if you haven't already. We are free, we are blessed, we are on a wonderful, lucrative career path. We are welcoming the love of our lives. We are welcoming the perfect relationships in for us. We are money magnets. We are honored. We are loved. We are respected. We are all precious and we are all divine. I leave you with love. I leave you with peace. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. All of my love. Take care. Goodbye.